All right, so we don't really read a lot of Nehemiah, okay? But in this video right now, we want to read some of Nehemiah, okay? And then we're going to jump around a little bit in Psalms, and we might go into Deuteronomy a little bit. But here we are. This is Nehemiah chapter 13. Matter of fact, we're going to start in, chapter 13, verse 1. On that same day, as the laws of Moses were being read, the people found a statement which said that the Amorites and the Moabites should never be permitted to worship at the temple, that for they have not been friendly to the people of Israel. Instead, they had hired Balaam to curse Israel, although God turned the curse into a blessing. So the Moabites and the Amorites hired Balaam to curse Israel. Do you remember Balaam? Balaam was the man who had that donkey, and he hit that donkey like 3 times, and the donkey started speaking to him and said, "Why have you done this?" The the donkey was trying to help Balaam. Let's go look. I'm gonna tell y'all what Balaam did right now. What Balaam did was Balaam tried to get Israel to become a cursed nation, right? Now, how did Balaam try to get Israel to become a cursed nation? He tried to get us to eat meat that was sacrificed to demigods, satanic gods, right? And if we had we eaten that meat, it would have been over. Now, he did get us, because what happened? They sent young women to go and Balaam sent young women to go and appeal to the young men of Israel. And what did the young men begin to do? Start dating these women of other nations. They started dating these women, partying and taking after their practices. They started worshiping with these women, the same way the Most High warned us not to do, right? And then we became cursed. But then the Most High overturned the curse. Let's go to real quick. We're going to come back to where we're at, but let's go real quick to Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 3. No Amorite or Moabite may enter the sanctuary. There it is. That's what they were just talking about in Nehemiah, right? That's exactly what they were talking about. They were going through the law of Moses, and they found in there where Moses said that no Amorite or Moabite can come into our sanctuary, our temples, right? And here it is. Let's go. Now we're in Deuteronomy. This is the law of Moses. No Amorite or Moabite may enter into the sanctuary, even after the 10th generation. The reason for this law is that these nations did not welcome you with food and water when you came out of Egypt. They tried to hire Balaam, the son of Beor, from Pethor, Mesopotamia, to curse you. But the Lord would not listen to Balaam. Instead, he turned the intended curse into a blessing for you, because the Lord loves you. You must never, as long as you live, try to help the Amorites or the Moabites in any way. But don't look down on the Edomites or the Egyptians, because the Edomites are your brothers, and you lived amongst the Egyptians. The grandchildren of the Egyptians who came out of Egypt with you may enter into the sanctuary of the Lord. The grandchildren of the Egyptians who left Egypt with you can enter into the sanctuary. So don't get it into your head that no Egyptians left Egypt with us, because some Egyptians did, and some Egyptians were kind-hearted. The Most High is not the type that he's just going to tear up everybody. you might be lower class when it comes to you being a so-called citizen, your citizenship among us. You may be kind of lower class. You may be a servant. You know what I mean? But you can still worship with us. You can still keep the law, statutes, commandments. We're not going to treat you like trash. You feel me? And that's what we need to remember. Okay, I don't got no problem with all white folks. I got a problem with the bad ones. I don't have a problem with all white folks. And the most I don't have a problem with all white folks. Okay. So I wanted to touch on that real quick. I wanted to go and find that in the law real quick. But let's get back to Nehemiah chapter 13. For they had now, but when the Most High gives an order, he gives an order. And he said that the Amorites or the Moabites are not allowed in our temples, and we should not be nice or kind with them. That's God. That's the Most High. Do you think that they would like it? No, they're not going to like it. But that's what the Most High said. He said, even up to the 10th generation, don't do it. That means long after these Moabites and Amorites are dead, even their descendants we're not to be friendly, and we're not to try to, even their descendants going to say, I never did anything. I never had any slaves or an ill malice or will towards you. Listen, the Most High has spoken. Okay? The Most High has spoken. And when you speak what the Most High speaks, they try to say that you are speaking hate speech and you're a hater and you're this and you're that. No, I'm being obedient to my God, the one that you hate. I'm being obedient to my God, the one who you try to tell me don't exist. So keep your opinion to yourself. Okay? We're not supposed to care about these wicked people's opinions. Okay? I wouldn't give a crap about your great great grandpa who was a devil. I wouldn't care about his opinion, and I don't care about yours. You're more ignorant than he was. So if I don't care about his, you know I don't care about yours. For they had not been friendly to the people of Israel. Instead, they tried to hire Balaam to curse us, but the Most High turned the curse into a blessing. When this rule was read, all of the foreigners were immediately expelled from the assembly. When this rule was read, all of the foreigners were immediately expelled. That means kicked out from the assembly. Now, why would you kick all of the foreigners out? Because most likely we don't know who of y'all are Moabites. Here we are all of these generations later. We don't know which one of y'all are Amorites or Moabites for certain. But we do know by looking at you that you're not an Israelite. So that we don't make no mistakes, we'll just keep this assembly among us. No, nothing, no ill will towards you, but to be safe. We done did too much. We know the outcome of breaking the Most High's law, statutes, commandments. And this is them sitting here trying to bring them back. This is them trying to bring it back. Let's continue to read. Before this had happened, Eliashib, the priest, who had been appointed as custodian of the temple, the storerooms. So he was a custodian of the temple storerooms. He would clean the temple, the storage rooms, like a custodian, a janitor. He was also a good friend of Tobiah. He had converted one of the storage rooms in the temple into a beautiful guest room for Tobiah. The room had previously been used for storing grains and offerings, frankincense, bowls, and tithes of grain, new wine, and olive oil. Moses had decreed that these offerings belonged to the Levites, the members of the choir, and the gatekeepers. Now, Levites, who are the Levites? The Levites are the Levitical priesthood, Moses, Aaron, and their descendants. The Levites. Now, you may take notice, I know I did, that when you take Levi, if you turn that around, you get the word evil. Levi, evil. These devils are real tricky with their language, you hear me? And they do that a lot. Remember, I used to have a problem with the word shalom. No, not shalom. Was it shalom? Yeah, I used to have a problem with the word shalom because when you mix the words around, you get Molech. You get Molech. And I was like, yo, but then I started to realize, I said, nah, I ain't got no problem with these words. Usually when you turn a word around, it means something wicked. You got love, and then you turn love around, you get evil. You feel me? So just to mention that real quick. And the members of the choir and the gatekeepers were these tithes and offerings for. Now, you remember when we just read about the tithes, we didn't say nothing about money here, did we? We talked about oil, frankincense, and stuff like that. We didn't say nothing about money. We didn't say nothing about shekels. We didn't say nothing about shekels. Okay? These are all very tangible things that you can actually use. Okay? The wave offerings were for the priests. Later on today, hopefully, I think later today, I'm going to do a video about hopefully the Most High gives me the umph to do it. But I'm going to do a video in regards to animal sacrifice. What is it really about? What was animal sacrifice really, truly about? Because I see a lot of witches on the internet talking trash about sacrificing animals. But really, I'm going to get into it. I'm going to take this video very serious. And I hope it goes viral too. Because we're going to do it. We're going to get into it. Starting at verse 6. I was not in Jerusalem at the time of what? When the storage room got turned into a beautiful room for Tobiah to stay in. I was not in Jerusalem at the time, for I had returned to Babylon in the 32nd year of the reign of King Esther, I don't know how to say his name, Artaxerxes. Although I later did receive permission to go back to Jerusalem if I wanted. When I arrived back in Jerusalem and I learned of this evil deed that Eliashib has done, when he prepared the guest room in the temple for Tobiah, I was very up. Now, what's the problem? Tobiah is not a Hebrew Israelite. You hear me? So the brother was probably doing it out of the kindness of his heart. He did it out of the kindness of his heart. He was being nice. He was being gentle. He meant no problem, no ill will, but he was being disobedient. And he talks about, when people want to sit around and talk about my intentions, but my intentions, it's the thought that counts. It ain't the thought that counts. And it ain't your intentions that count. No, it's not. You're either being disobedient or you're not. You're either sinning or you're not. Talking about, oh, I'm sinning with good intentions, though. You can't sin with good intentions. Just because you perceive something as a good intention, that doesn't mean everybody else is going to perceive it as a good intention. Listen, truth is truth, okay? I don't care if 10 million people are all doing wickedness, thinking that they're doing good. All that does is show you how powerful Satan's deception is, period. Period, point blank, and it needs to be corrected, period. Okay? I was very upset, and I threw out all of his belongings out of that room. Then I demanded, some people, these devils are like, wait a minute, he's reading the Bible? Yeah, I'm reading the Bible, yeah. And you're saying that Tobiah, he never even did anything wrong? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. If we don't take the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments, I didn't just say laws, I said laws, statutes, and commandments serious, then we're always going to find ourselves in deep trouble. We won't have a temple anymore if they would have let that dude stay in there. We would no longer had a temple. It would have became a den of thieves. Why? Because look at history. Read the scriptures. How many times in the scriptures does it have to warn us, like, look, this happened, that happened. Y'all did this, and then y'all lost your temple. The thieves came in and robbed it of all of its goods. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. I was very upset, and I threw out all of his belongings out of that room. Then I demanded that the room be thoroughly cleaned. And then I brought back the temple bowls, the grain offerings, and the frankincense. I also learned that the Levites had not been given what was due to them. So they and the choir singers who were supposed to conduct the worship services had returned to their farms. Because how are they going to conduct the worship services without frankincense and grain offerings and stuff like that to present before the Lord? Okay, so what you're witnessing here is the temple being defiled. Hold on, y'all. We're going to continue back at verse 11. Hold on, give me 1 second. Hey. What's that door tight? All right. Sorry, y'all. I immediately confronted the leaders and demanded, "Why has the temple been forsaken?" Then I called all of the Levites back again, and I restored them to their proper duties. And once more, all of the people of Judah began bringing their tithes of grain, new wine, olive oil, and temple treasury. Yo, isn't it kind of sad that if we all grown, we're all supposed to be men, we're all supposed to be women. Isn't it kind of weird how when you look back in history, how we always kind of just toss the Most High aside? How it just seems like somebody has to be the one to take it very, very serious. I mean, everybody's running their mouth. Everybody's a messenger. Everybody's a prophet. Everybody knows the answers. But it seems like when it comes down to the nitty gritty, we always kind of just let it kind of go. You know, it's kind of wild how it took the brother Nehemiah to come back to get things back situated again. Like the moment that he was gone in Babylon, everything just started to, I don't know, it just started to just, you know what, if you read the scriptures, we tend to think that life is just life. We become lawless thinking that we could do that if we want to, we don't have to. I can go 10 years being lawless and then go right back to keeping the laws again. And it's like I never missed a beat. That's what it seems like. That's what it appears like. We can just let it go for a while. This is our preference. This is our preference. We can do it. We don't have to do it. I can keep Sabbath. You listening. You have a choice. You can either keep Sabbath this weekend or not. And for that matter, you think that I can pick back up on it next week. But here's the thing. You never know, though. How many people, let me put it to you like this. While our people were forsaking our duties to the Most High at the temple, how many people do you think died between the time of Nehemiah in Babylon and returning back to Jerusalem, getting everything back in order again? You think nobody died? Well, I can tell you right now, somebody died. People died. People have died. And they had to face the judgment of the stuff that we sweep under the rug. Then the Most High say, did you know that Tobiah was staying in the temple? Yeah, I knew. And that was okay with you? No, you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. You were there. You were there when they were going over the scriptures that I gave Moses, the commandments that I gave Moses to give to y'all. You were there. You didn't do nothing. I'm telling you, somebody got judged. That's what I'm saying here. I'm telling you, somebody got judged behind it. For sure, somebody got judged behind it. It seems like a preference, but it is a commandment. It is a commandment. It is a duty that we all have. It's just a shame that there's always somebody that's taking it very serious, more than others. But let's continue. I put Shelemiah the priest, Zodek the scribe, and Pedaiah the Levite in charge of the administration of the storehouse. And I appointed Hanan as their assistant. These men had an excellent reputation, and their job was to make a honest distribution to their fellow Levites, a honest distribution to their fellow Levites. The things that you give them, they are going to distribute it to the rest of the Levites. Now, do you know who does this same exact type of thing right here? Everybody stole our customs. Let me tell you, everybody all over the world, the customs of the Hebrew Israelites have been stolen and parlayed all over the world. Parlayed all over the world. You know who does this? Who do we see doing this? The monks. Remember the monks? Every day, the monks go out into the streets and the people come and bring tithes to the monks. It would bring what you want. Money, you can bring shoes, a basket, you can bring knitted clothes. But every single morning of every single day, the people of the town come out and give tithes and offerings to the monks in good faith, because they view the monks as their spiritual guides. The monks pray in ceremony, and they supposedly keep demons away and keep the people on the right path, the righteous path. They stole that practice from us. Okay, you see the Indians with the little dot in their forehead? Bro, that's supposed to be the seal. That's the seal that you read about in Revelations. I'm telling you, they stole the customs of our people. We ain't nothing but niggas. We ain't nothing but niggas and bees, while everybody else is running around here pretending to be holy and with our customs, with our natural customs. I'm telling you, the world has become a den of thieves, and the Most High's chosen people are living in the worst possible situations. We're like in the crap. We're literally in the shit, the ghettos. Okay, we eat the worst kinds of food. We have the worst types of water coming through our things. We get the worst types of, if you want to call that crap education, that's not education, but we get the worst kind of education. Okay, let's keep on going though. Oh my God, remember this good deed and do not forget all that I have done for the temple. One day I was on a farm and I saw some men treading winepress on the Sabbath, hauling in sheaves, and they were loading their donkeys with wine, grapes, figs, and all sorts of produce, which they took that day into Jerusalem. So I opposed them publicly. There were also some men from Tyre who were bringing some fish and all sorts of wares and selling them on the Sabbath day to my people in Jerusalem. Then I asked the leaders of Judah, why are you profaning the Sabbath? Wasn't it enough that your fathers did these sort of things and they brought the present evil days that we're living in upon our city? He's saying that what you have to understand that Nehemiah is trying to overcome the evil that we are presently dealing with in this time that he's living in. So that's why they went back and opened up the law of Moses and started to reassign the Levites to their duly positions. You see what I'm saying? They were trying to reestablish Israel. People look at this book and they think that the Bible is just a history book. We're just not established now. But in the Bible, we're always established. Nah, man. If you really read the scriptures, there's been time and time again, we have dealt with this same exact type of thing that we're dealing with right now. Let me repeat what he said. He asked the leaders of Judah, why are you profaning the Sabbath? Okay, now, why is he asking the leaders of Judah? Why is he asking the leaders of Judah? You just not found out who is the leaders of the Levites, right? The leaders of Judah, they're the ones who run stuff. They're the ones who really like run stuff. Like you're not gonna find a Levite who is like a king. It's Judah. It's usually Judah. the tribe of Judah. Okay? So he's asking the leaders, why are you profaning the Sabbath? Now you have to remember, the Benjamin, the tribe of Benjamin, they're warriors. Okay, the tribe of Judah, they're leaders. The tribe of Levi are the Levitical, the priesthood. Okay, so if you go to a church and there's some big fat, it's some white dude, and you're giving tithes to him. Well, I don't know what you're doing, because the tithes were supposed to be given to the Levitical priesthood for the assembly of Israel, for the whole assembly of Israel. Okay, you don't get no white dude. You don't get tithes to no white dude or nobody else. The scriptures aren't even for them. They're always going to mess them up. I try time and time again to listen to these dudes preach. They don't got it. They had it when we didn't have it. But now that we got it, try to listen to them preach now. They're not doing it right. They don't know. They have no understanding for real. They've been robbing us. Then I asked the leaders of Judah, why are you profaning the Sabbath? Wasn't it enough that your fathers did this sort of thing and brought the present evil that is upon us and upon our city right now? And now you are bringing more wrath upon the people of Israel by permitting the Sabbath to be desecrated in this way. On the Sabbath, these people are out here having garage sales, yard sales, the Goodwill. On the Sabbath, the Goodwill has white tag day where everything's $1 that has a white tag on it. On the Sabbath. These are tricks. You hear me? These are tricks. Okay? You shouldn't be standing in line to go get nothing on the Sabbath. I don't care if it's free. I don't even care if it's free. You say, well, where in the Bible does it say that you can't get free stuff? I'm telling you right now, you shouldn't be in line nowhere to get nothing. I don't care if it's free. Don't do it. It's a setup. They know what they're doing. They won't do it on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, but they want to do it on a Saturday. They want to do it on the Sabbath. Don't go for it. So from then on, I can. Who is that? You heard that? So from then on, I commanded that the gates of the city be shut as darkness fell on Friday evenings, not to be opened until the Sabbath had ended, which would be Saturday evening. A lot of people are arguing. A lot of people still arguing. These so-called Hebrew Israelites are still arguing about when does the Sabbath start and when does it end. Dude, if you don't, man, Friday evening, man, the Sabbath starts. So he said that the gates of the city are closing. Listen, this is before we completely lost ourselves. This is before we completely lost Jerusalem. We were still there at this point in time, but it wasn't looking good because we had a lot of lawlessness going on. You know, we still had control over the city of Jerusalem, where we could actually still close the gates and reopen the gates, and we could still communicate over what goes on in Jerusalem, you know? But now we are so far gone that we are put out of Jerusalem. The Most High's people are scattered all across the world. And if you go back to Jerusalem right now, they're going to look at you. They know who you are. I mean, in this day and age, ain't nobody stupid. The children may still be a little ignorant, but they know exactly who we are. The grown-ups, they know who we are. They be watching my channel. They know who we are. You hear me? But they're still going to look at you like a foreigner and like a stranger. And what are you doing here? And they're not going to like you. And they're going to feel nervous about your presence. You hear me? Because you are the people of rhythm. You are the people of spirit. They ain't got no rhythm. Them so-called, those imposters who are over there right now, they have no rhythm. They can't dance. They can't sing. They nothing. Nothing. They're imposters. And I'm not trying to be rude, but even they themselves, the scriptures say that even they themselves are going to come to the realization that surely our ancestors have inherited lies. Okay? So this is me speaking this way. I'm like a father who's giving you a whooping. I'm trying to correct you. I'm beating you with the truth. This is good. You should hear this because they're not teaching this to you in those synagogues. They're not teaching you this in those temples and in those churches. All they're doing is taking your money. Their own people, they're doing their own people like that. So, but they would say that this is hate speech. So from then on, I commanded that the gates of the city be closed when the darkness falls on Friday evening until the end of the Sabbath on Saturday evening. And I sent some of my servants to guard the gates so that no merchants could be brought into this inn on the Sabbath day. Merchants. There were people who were trying to sell us stuff on the Sabbath day. And I bet you they were making that stuff good and cheap too. The merchants and the tradesmen camped outside Jerusalem once or twice. Listen, they camped outside of Jerusalem. They're sitting outside of the gates. Outside, they camped. That means they stayed out there overnight. Everybody likes selling stuff to us. Everybody likes making money off of us. I'm telling you. But I spoke sharply to them and I said, what are you doing out here? Camping outside of the wall. If you do this again, I will arrest you. Now, if you read the King James version of this, he says, what are you doing out here camping outside of our gates? If I catch you out here again, I am going to lay hands on you. That's what the King James version says, word for word. If I catch you outside these gates again, I'm going to lay hands on you. Stop playing with us. Okay, stop playing with it. You're trying to make money. But if you're trying to make money, you don't worship the God that we worship. You don't have the same law, statutes, commandments as we have. This is dangerous. They don't regard us. They have no regards for us whatsoever. They're like, if you want to buy something on the Sabbath, then do it. And it's not like these people don't know about the Sabbath. In this day and age, our people don't know about the Sabbath because we've been taught about Sunday worship. You see what I mean? But listen, if you do this again, I will arrest you. And that was the last time that they came on the Sabbath. Because he didn't say, I'm going to arrest you. He said, I'm going to lay hands on you. He threatened them. And I'm pretty sure he meant what he said. And that's why they never returned back again on the Sabbath. Get out of here. Now, we don't have that power right now yet. We don't have it right now, but we do have the power to turn the TV off on the Sabbath. We do have the power to we're already not supposed to go shopping. Hear me. Where's the Apocrypha? I'll show you right quick. I'll show you right quick how it's easy to avoid these types of situations. Like I say, we can turn the TV off because they're always trying to promote something to us. We can cut the radio off on the Sabbath because they're always trying to promote something to us. We can stay off the internet. Thank you. You will find that on Facebook, if you look, just take your time and scroll down your timeline. Every third post is a sponsor. It's something being advertised to you. Every third post, they're sponsoring. I'm trying to advertise something to you. Let's go look in Jubilees chapter 50 in verse 5 real quick. It says, and the Jubilees will pass. Listen, y'all, this is Jubilees chapter 50 in verse 5. And the Jubilees will pass by unnoticed. The Israelites won't even know about a Jubilees whatsoever until Israel is cleaned from all guilt of fornication and uncleanness and pollution and sin and error, wrongdoing that dwells within the conference is in all of the land. It's coming to an end. Okay. And there will be no more Satan or no more evil one when Israel fixes up their wrongdoing. The land will be clean from that time forevermore. Okay? That's this day. This is talking about the day that we're living in. This is it right here. Once we get it together right here, right now, that's it. There will no longer be no more Satan and no more wicked one in the land forevermore. It's it. This is it. We're living in this is the last tribulation of Israel right here. Okay? Remember that. Remember that. So you have a great responsibility on you. All right. And behold, the commandment regarding the Sabbath, I have written them down for you in all the judgments of its laws. 6 days you shall labor, but on the seventh day is the Sabbath day of the Lord. In it you shall do no manner at all of work. You and your sons and your men servants and your maid servants and all of your cattle and the sojourner who also is with you shall not do any work. And the man that does any work on this day shall die. Whoever desecrates that day, whoever lies with his wife even, or whoever saith he will do something on that day, that he will set out on a journey on that day in regard to buying or selling, even if he says that he's going to go and do it, and whoever draws water, which he had not prepared for himself on the sixth day or any day prior to the Sabbath, you're guilty. And whoever takes up any burden to carry out anything out of his tent or out of his house, he shall die. What does it mean? You got a couch that you no longer want. You want to wait until the Sabbath to get rid of it? No. You know what I mean? No. You want to do some spring cleaning on the Sabbath day? No, you should have did that the day before. Nope. You are guilty and you shall die. You shall do no work whatsoever on the Sabbath day, save that you have prepared it for yourself already on the sixth day. So as you eat and as you drink and rest and keep the Sabbath from all the work on that day, and bless the Lord your God, who has given you a day of festival and a holy day and a day for the holy kingdom of Israel from this day among your days forever. Forever. Oh no, until the New Testament comes. Forever. Oh no, until Christ comes and dies for you on the cross. No, forever. You shall keep my law, statutes, commandments forever in your generations, so that it may go well with you. As soon as we profaned the Sabbath, we began to do that, we began to fall as a people. And now that we have fallen, the heathens are ruling the world. And then you wonder why they come and tell us that we do not have to keep the law, statutes, commandments, that there is no more Sabbath day. The worship day is on Sunday. It's because as long as we are listening to them, they can stay on top and we can stay on the bottom. The Most High said that if you profane my laws, he told us this in Deuteronomy chapter 28. If you profane my laws, that I will make you the tail and not the head. So that means that once he made us the tail, whoever used to be the tail became the head. You see how that is? So for great is the honor which the Lord has given to Israel, that they should eat and drink and be satisfied on this feast, on this festival day, and rest thereon from all labor which belong to the labor of the children of men, save burning frankincense, and except for burning frankincense, that means that you can still burn frankincense, and bringing oblations and sacrifices before the Lord for days, for the Sabbath day. So you know you're not supposed to kindle a fire on the Sabbath. Here that you can burn frankincense to the Most High on that day, right? This work alone shall be done on the Sabbath days in the sanctuary of the Lord your God. So that's the only work that you can do. It's bringing in, whatever frankincense you want to bring in and whatever offerings you want to bring into the Most High, whatever oblations that you want to bring and offer to the Most High. That's the only work that you can do. And that may atone, because you listen, these may atone for Israel with sacrifice continually from this day to day for a memorial well pleasing before the Lord. So you burning frankincense on the Sabbath is for an atonement offering to the Most High for the sins of Israel. All right. So it's something that you should want to do. And that he may receive them always from day to day according to as you have been commanded. You do what the Most High commands you to do, and the Most High will in return, he will accept your offerings. Okay, there it is. So where did I leave off at? Hold on. Friday evening, open until the Sabbath. So he told those men, like, listen, if I catch you back out here, I'm going to put hands on you. Then I commanded the Levites to purify themselves and go guard the gates in order to preserve the sanctuary of the Sabbath. Remember this good deed, oh my God. Okay. Have compassion upon me in accordance with your great goodness. About the same time, I realized that some of the Hebrew Israelites had married women from Ashdod, Ammon, and Moab, and that many of their children spoke in the language of Ashdod, and they couldn't speak the language of Judah at all. So I argued with these parents and cursed them to be punched. Oh shoot. He said, so I argued with these parents and I cursed them and I punched a few of them and I knocked them around and I pulled out their hair. He beat them up. He beat them up. Hey, yo, that's what I told you. Nahum don't play. He told them dudes, I'm going to put hands on you. You read the King James Version, he said, I'm going to put hands on you. And when it says that I cursed them and I punched them and I threw them around and pulled their hair out, when he cursed them, do you think that he was saying, cursed be the day that you were born? God damn you. How do you think he was cursing them? He was saying, you bastard. He was saying, you piece of He was cussing at them. He was cussing at them. And people need to get that through their head. There's a lot of people who be running their mouth. They're so quick to try to judge somebody, but they don't read the scriptures, man. You don't read the scriptures. The Most High said, study to show thyself approved. And you already know how the Most High would judge this situation. You know how he would judge this? He would say that he would call that not anger, but he would call it what's that word? It would call it indignation. The Most High would say that you were indignant for the sins of Israel. That is called righteous indignation. I'm not going to punish you for doing what you did. You hear me? Let me read that again. So I argued with these parents and I cursed at them and I punched a few of them and I knocked them around and I pulled out their hair. This brother wasn't playing. And they vowed before God that they would not let their children intermarry with non-Hebrew Israelites. Wait, was he just being mean or did he care? He cared. Do you know that some people don't raise your voice at me? Some people don't want to be yelled at. Listen, you're getting yelled at because somebody cares about your hard-headed ass. They care. You see what I'm saying? My goodness. Wasn't this exactly King Solomon's problem? Ain't this the same stuff that King Solomon had to go through? I demanded. There was no king who could compare with him. And God loved him and made him the king over all of Israel. But even so, he was led into idolatry by foreign women. Now, do you see how easy it is? It seems like it's not that easy, but yo, you have to understand that when it says that he was led into idolatry by foreign women, we automatically think, oh, Chinese. He's messing with white women and Chinese women and probably some other, you know what I'm saying, women from tropical lands or whatever like that. Like, nah, man, nah. You got to realize that they're over in Africa, bruh. Everybody's black and dark skinned, man. The women are beautiful. They're dark skinned, they're beautiful, but they're not. King Solomon had a bunch of African women. They were good looking. They were beautiful. When you just look at them, from you. They're just sisters. They're sisters, but they're other nations. They're from other nations. You feel me? Okay, it's not like he didn't have a Becky. I can promise you that King Solomon didn't have no Becky. All right. Do you think that we will let you get away with this sinful deed? One of the sons of Jehoiada, the son of Eliashib, the high priest, he was a son-in-law of Sanballat, the Horonite. So I chased him out of the temple. Remember them, O my God, for they have defiled the priesthood and the promises and vows of the priests and Levites. So I purged out the foreigners, and I assigned tasks to the priests and the Levites, making certain that each knew his work. They supplied wood for the altar at the proper times and cared for the sacrifices and the first offerings of every harvest. Remember me, my God, with your kindness. Okay, listen, y'all. Okay, listen. Feel these words. Feel the scriptures. Feel it. When you read it, man, feel it. Okay, Nehemiah, he's no longer here. He's gone. But while he was here, he was trying. Okay, he was trying. All right, and our people were hard-headed. It's like banging your head against the wall with our people. And he says, Father, remember me, my God, with your kindness. Remember me. Remember me. Remember me. I'm trying. That's all you can do is try your hardest. These devils got us not even wanting to try no more. They got it because it's backwards. It's backwards. You seen how he just now talked about Nehemiah just now talked about Solomon. He mentioned Solomon. Well, if you read, and by that time Solomon was long gone, dead. But if you go and read about Solomon and what Solomon, how he felt about this world and the kind of stuff that he was seeing in this world, Solomon was like, yo, a lot of stuff is just chasing after the wind. He was saying how righteous people die. He's seen a lot of righteous people die early, but he's seen a lot of wicked people who are elderly in years. Their lives are being prolonged. Well, we have, in this day and age, we have a proverb. It's just a known saying that the good die young. The good die young. And we never really could see like why. We just knew that it wasn't. It was an occurrence. It seemed like a natural occurrence where the good die young, but the wicked, they still here, man. It's like it just seems like, I don't know, man. It makes you want to say, Father, just remember what I'm doing. Just remember me. Remember what I'm doing, all that I'm going through. I don't really want to get deep into it, man, because I don't want to sound like I'm going into gang stalking and targeting individual stuff, but there's a lot of that going on too, man. Anybody who tries to do good here, they get the most backlash. I put it to you like this. If Nehemiah would have came back from Babylon into Jerusalem and didn't try to correct stuff that was going wrong the way that he did, he probably he probably had a little more peace and been a little bit more at ease, just not caring like everybody else. You see what I'm saying? But he tried and he argued with people, and he had to threaten people. He had to threaten people like, y'all, listen, I'm telling you, if I catch you back out here, I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna put hands on you. He ended up having to beat people up because he cared. And somebody would say, bro, that's their children. Their children don't have to speak Hebrew. They can speak these other tongues. That's their child. Who are you to? Yo, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's not right. But nobody wants to preserve Israel. But you watch everybody else all over the world, in their own customs. Like a Japanese does not want a Japanese man and woman does not want their little Japanese daughter to go off and marry an African dude or even another Asian person, a Chinese person. They don't mix. And nobody says that that's hate speech and we should send the system in to take your children away because you teaching your children. You know what I'm saying? Like, if these devils heard me teaching my children to don't you marry no white man and telling my little son, don't you marry no white woman. She's not for you. Marry your own. But even if you marry your own, it has to be a Hebrew Israelite somebody who reverences the Most High, the Lord, somebody who's been raised in truth. These devils coming, they don't want to hear us. We can't, bro, we are like state property. We're not like everybody. We have to whisper behind closed doors to try to uphold our customs that have been robbed from us. Because I'm telling you, they threaten us with oppression. And these same oppressors, their mouths lay claim to heaven. They're so heavenly, they're so godly, they're so blessed. You know what I'm saying? They're such a blessing and a gift to the world. Nuh-uh. And we run around here acting like we don't have enemies. Yes, we do. And whenever you try to do what's right, you're met with adversity. Whether it's coming from your own household, from your own community, so-called community that you live in, the people, the cops, the ones who are supposed to be protecting you in this so-called community, now they're your enemies. And then it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just, yo, come on, man. So I feel the brother when he says, Father, remember me. My God, remember me with all of your kindness. He's trying. You know, and it's sad that we still wind up getting taken out of Israel into captivity. Foreigners moved in, desecrated our temples, okay? Turned them into synagogues of Satan. And now here we are scattered around the world trying to bring it back again, man. It's just a sad situation. It's sad. It's sad. I'm glad that the truth is here and it finally is setting us free. I can feel the presence of the Most High a lot of times. You know, like never before. We've been so down for so long. You know when there's been a change in the atmosphere. But I can feel the presence of wickedness. It's stronger too. You know what I mean? I done seen an angel and a demon all in 1 year. I mean, what? Within probably 1 month. I done looked right at an angel. And I done looked right at a demon. It's like, boom, they're here. It's going down. I tell it to you like that. It's going down. And a lot of people are still living in fairy tale land with all of this blood, with all of this bloodshed going on, and all this wickedness going on, and all of these satanic agendas being carried out. A lot of people are still living in fairy tale land, don't want to hear no truth. Under these circumstances that we're living in. A lot of people are just numbed out to it. But they're not really numb. Their bodies, their temples are just completely taken over by demons. That's what it really is. You know? Dang, I want to talk about something, but I'm going to wait because I'm just going to, once I turn this off, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to do a video about it because it's a whole kind of another topic, but it has to do with this world because I see what they're doing. All praise to the Most High. Something dawned on me earlier. I see exactly what they're doing. We are like robots. We're like robots. But I'm not going to get into that right now. Right now, we're going to go to Psalms right quick. What was I going to read? Yeah, let me read Psalms number 2 real quick. This is not the one I wanted to read, but let me read it real quick. What fools the nations are to rage against the Lord. How are the nations raging against the Lord? The nations. Look at what they're doing to the Most High's people. Look at what they're doing to nature. Look what they're doing to the animals. Look how they're polluting the air. Look at how they're polluting the water. Look how everything is pollution. Look how nothing is right. Everything is wrong under the guise of right. Right? Look at this inverted world. This is hell on earth. It's hell on earth. Everything is anti-God. Anything God said do, they putting it. They're saying don't do it. It's wrong to do it. Anything God said don't do, it's normal to do. It's hell on earth when when people are systematically going against the Most High's word all over the earth, that's hell on earth. Okay? Because if you want paradise on earth, you listen to every word that the Most High uttered. You keep everything natural. You listen to all of the laws, statutes, and commandments, and you will have paradise. Okay? If everybody was doing it, you would definitely have paradise. Okay? But if everybody's going to totally, if there's a system that's created where everybody goes totally against, man, I don't know. Everybody goes totally against the word of the Most High, then what you have is hell on earth. For a summit conference of the nations has been called to plot against the Lord and his Messiah, Christ, the King. Come, let us break these chains. Let us break the Most High's chains, they say. Let us free ourselves from this slavery to God. They're saying, man, let us do what we want to do, man. Let us go completely against nature. Even though we're not Hebrew Israelites, we know that man and man are not supposed to come together in relationships. You know what I'm saying? We know that, and they do know that. And they're like, listen, we're going to go completely against nature. We know that you're not supposed to plant a vineyard too close, watermelon right next to the darn apples. We know that, but we're going to do it anyway. And then they come out with stuff like grapefruits, and I even heard that lemons are not even real and stuff like that. But God in heaven merely laughs at them. He is amused by all of their puny plans. And then in fierce fury, he rebukes them and he fills them with fear. Simply, all they have to do is start clapping. When thunder starts clapping, people's hearts get shook. People get shook. When it happens, people get shook. It's so simple. The Most High can send a strong wind right now, and everybody will just get scared. He can just send an earthquake right now. He can make it just start raining nonstop. He can make the sun so hot that no, you can't fly up there and try to block it out. He can do what he wants. That's why, what are these people thinking? To me, it's funny to me. It's funny to me because when you understand the power of the Most High, it's like, just stop. Just stop. See, they're banking on us to never care. They think that they can really separate. They really think that they can merge man with machine. They really think that they can really separate us from true compassion and truth. They really think that they can take a human being and take pure love out of the person. That's what they think. With witchcraft, it's not just ordinary. No, it's demons. It's demons. It's witchcraft and sorcery. But they think that they can do it using these tools. You can't. Stop. My mother offered me up to you devils when I was a child because they had trust in y'all. They had trust in y'all. But somehow them curses and me pledging allegiance to the flag, my dad woke up and said, son, you ain't got to do that no more. You ain't got to do it. And I stopped doing it. And I started getting in trouble. And my dad said, still ain't got to do it. They can call me up. But anyway, yeah, the Most High, he rebukes them and their hearts just get filled with fear. For the Lord, he declares that this is the king of my choice, and I have enthroned him in Jerusalem, my holy city. His chosen one replies, I will reveal the everlasting purposes of God, for the Lord has said to me, you are my son. Thus is your coronation day. This is your coronation day. Today I am giving you your glory. Only ask and now why would the Most High Son, who he appointed, be sitting there saying, Father, I'm giving you the glory? Who the hell are you to turn around and give that same glory to the Son, who he himself gives it to the Most High? Don't let these people play with you, man. People are so stupid. Listen, for the Lord declares that this is the king of my choice. I have enthroned him. I'm put him on the throne in Jerusalem, my holy city. His chosen one replies, I will reveal the everlasting purposes of God. For the Lord has said to me, you are my son. This is your coronation day. Today, I'm giving you your glory. Only ask, and I will give you all of the nations of the world. Okay, well, I read it wrong. The Most High is saying that He is giving the glory to the Son, and all the Son has to do is ask for the nations, ask for the world, and it is His. Who is it talking about? Who is it talking about? It's talking about the men of Israel. That's what it's talking about. I'm sorry, I was confused. I was speaking too fast earlier. It's talking about the men of Israel. Seeking you shall find, asking you shall receive. Here you are living over here in Babylon. What should you be asking for? A computer? A laptop? A cell phone? What should you be asking for? Here you are, a slave in Babylon with homo and satanic worshiping, Satan worshiping oppressors. Huh? Living in someone else's home. What should you be asking for? What is there to ask for? He said, ask, only ask, and I will give you all of the nations of the world. Rule them with an iron rod. Smash them like clay pots. Who is this talking about? Do you know that there was a time where Israel used to rule the world? That we were the number one nation all over the world? And they laughed and rejoiced when the Most High put His reproach on us and removed us from our throne? Huh? He's talking about us. We have no more Nahum. We have no more Solomon. There is no more David. But the Most High said that He said, David, from your seed will always be a king enthroned in Jerusalem forever. You see what I'm saying? So when the seed from the lineage of David comes back into kingship in Jerusalem, there goes the son that we're sitting here reading about. Everybody thinks somebody's gonna come flying. Come on, man. O kings and rulers of the earth, listen while there is time. Serve the Lord with, and I was right still too what I said. Because whoever the Son is, He gives all glory and honor and praises to the Most High God. Whoever the Son is, He gives all glory and all praise and all honor to the Most High God who created Him, who created Jerusalem in the first place. Okay? Rejoice with trembling. Fall down before His Son and kiss His feet. Instead of trying to kill Him, it said in another scripture in here, didn't it say, bow down to my Son who I send and kiss His feet? But instead, you keep killing Him. You keep trying to kill Him. You bring war to my Son instead of kissing His feet. The Most High said, why have you killed my messengers and prophets? Come on, man. These people wasn't kissing Malcolm X and giving him hugs. They were arguing with him and trying to call him a race baiter. Come on, man. They plot to kill you. They don't love you. They know that you're here trying to bring peace to the world and love and fix the reproach of the Most High on the people. That's the last thing they want you to do, is take the reproach of the Most High off of His people. Because then they become the underdogs. Kiss His feet before His anger is aroused against you and you perish. I am warning you, His wrath will soon begin. But oh, the joys of those who put their trust in Him. Who? The Most High God, the Creator. Where else are we going to read? I need to relax, take my time. But where else are we going to read? We're going to read. Let me read some of these comments real quick, if there's any in here. It's hot in here, man. Oh, it's a lot of comments. Kind of. Safe passage of Israel. Peace, family. Balaam was a sorcerer. Yeah, Balaam was a sorcerer. And now people act like that sorcerers don't exist anymore. Yeah, man. Balaam was definitely a sorcerer. And he urged us to have with the Moabite women. in a tricky way. Whites are the so-called Asians today, and I don't know, bro. And nowadays, most of have denomination, and nowadays most of them have a whole denomination, which is priest Byraton Church. I can't pronounce that, hence the name. Bro, I don't know. When it comes to that, bro, the Moabites being the so-called Asians, there's different nations of Asians. So I don't know, bro. From what I was taught, from what I heard, put it that way, I heard that Gog and Magog were some of the Asian nations too. So I don't know. I'm still kind of confused about those kind of things, but I don't try to figure them out really. Um, Chinese, Moab, and Ammon is Japanese. So then, who is Gog and Magog, family? Love these lives. You speak truth, and they help, brother. Peace, Miss Hunter, and thank you. I appreciate the comment, and I'm glad you like these lives, family. Y'all hit the like button for Brody so the word can go out. Thank you, family. I appreciate that. Um, Art E Xerxes. Oh, that's how you pronounce the name? This is the person king that they portrayed in the movie 300. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Um, it's wild because when I be watching a movie, like, well, I don't watch those movies, but I be thinking about King Staxorus or whatever, Art Staxorus, whatever his name is, and um, what's his name, the Great, so-called Alexander, the so-called Great, stuff like that. Tamika says um, they replace all education with indoctrination. Um, it makes us sick, and yeah, they make us sick, and they experiment on us, and they call it medicine. They call medicine healthcare. Exactly. In peace, family. But yeah, exactly. They do. They experiment on us in school every single day, and it's actually terrible. I hate what's going on here, and we have to call to account what they've been doing to us. We have to call the Most High, cry out to Him about what they've been doing to us. We have to put it in our prayer, yo. Um, it's so hard upholding the Sabbath, being in here in mystery Babylon and homeless, can't cook on demand, and being around all of these demons that try to mess us up on purpose. Bro, it's terrible. If you got my email, bro, um, I remember you emailed me. I do remember you emailed me. If you still got my email, hit me up, or I'll try to find yours. I'll try to find your email, bro. I'll do it. I'll do it today. I'm gonna talk to you because I didn't know that you was I didn't know that you was homeless or whatever. If that's the case, but I want to talk to you though. I want to talk to you. You said laugh out loud. Nahum is a G for righteousness, righteous indignation. Yeah, righteous indignation. And yeah, he is a G, bro. He's a G. Did you read that? Nehemiah was like punching him in the face. He said I punched in the face, jacked him up, poured their hair out. Yo, he's a G, yo. I don't know. I got to do more research on Gog and Magog. Yeah, bro. That's why it's just you just got to watch it. Just watch it when you're. And I'm not trying to check you, but all I'm saying is just watch it when you're, because somebody might take what you say and run with it. And there's a lot of misinformation going out there. So just watch what you present to people as facts or as truth. Because like I say, there's a lot we have been lied to, bruh. And there's a lot of people saying different things. Like there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there who have hundreds of thousands of followers and subscribers, but they teach different things because we've all been taught different stuff. You know that one dude, the Bantu dude, he teaches totally different. That Bantu guy, he teaches totally different than what a lot of he teaches that the Edomites are black. And he has it all down packed. He goes for hours and hours explaining himself why the Edomites are black. But then you can watch another video of somebody going for hours explaining to you how the Edomites are white. You know? So it's like, hold on. What did we read yesterday? What did we read yesterday in Ecclesiastes chapter 20 and verse 12 and verse 12? He said there's going to be a lot of opinions out there. And there's going to be so many people out there just itching to get their point across, their opinion across. He said, if you look into all of these people's opinion, it's going to get overwhelming. He said, I say to you this, just keep the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High and fear the Lord. Boom, right there. So I don't get caught up in who the Chinese nation is, listen to me, the Chinese are the Chinese, the Japanese are the Japanese. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can keep it just like that. My phone's about to die. We can keep it just like that, or else we'll be arguing and debating all day long because there's so many different people with different opinions. You know what I'm saying? The Most High knew that we were going to be confused. Solomon knew that we were going to be confused. You know what I'm saying? It's a confusing world with a lot of problems in it, and a lot of our people cause we cause the problems, man. I can't get the messages to come back up, y'all. So, I got them. You said for sure. I get what you mean. I do sometimes be pressed on what I learn. It's hard, man. Titus chapter 3 and verse 9. But avoid foolish questions and genealogies and contentions and strivings about the law, for they are unprofitable and vain. Perfect. See what she just said? That's perfect. Thank you for posting that in there. Perfect. It says avoid foolish questions and genealogies, okay, and contentions and strivings about the law. You know, and you know what? The Most High puts the law on our hearts. He puts the law right on our heart. See, that's the one thing that Satan can't mix around and try to confuse. When you read Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 8, it says, how can you say that you hold the law, that you have the law of the Lord, when the lying scribe has mishandled the law? The lying pen of the scribe has mishandled our laws. Who's the scribes? You name a black scribe once. You name a black scribe. They're all freaking Jewish and other crap. You know what I'm saying? There's a few. I mean, come on. I mean, you got what's these cats' name? You got Yosef Ben Yaakov. How's you say his name? He's African. You got a few scribes out there, but how many of them are Hebrew Israelites? They lie. They all twist the mess around. So what they can do is they can mess around with these scriptures. They can mess around with who's who and what is what. They even messed around. They even got us thinking that we're just some black people. They got us thinking that we're Ham, that we're descendants of Ham, that we're Hamites. You know what I'm saying? So we can argue all day about that. It's on our heart. The Most High put it on your heart who you are and put the laws on your heart. Okay, so the most importantly, we know that a man shouldn't be with a man. And who promotes that? You already know. Most importantly, we know that a man is not supposed to lay down with an animal and lick him in the mouth and all that other nasty crap. And who promotes that? We know that a man really shouldn't be cracking open no egg and just eating the raw. That's like placenta. That's like pus. That's like, shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean? It's just like natural. We naturally just know do's and don'ts. You know what I'm saying? Before that, I knew that reading the Bible, that the spirit was in the blood, before I knew that, I still wasn't eating raw meat. I still wasn't eating raw half done chicken. I say, put that crap back on the grill. That ain't done. You feel me? I'm not, when I used to go out and eat and order steaks, I'd be like, excuse me, can you cook this steak a little bit more? You know what I mean? Like, no, I know that you promote it like this on TV, but I don't know, for some reason, you just didn't indoctrinate me with that. Cook this thing. I was little, I wasn't eating that. So the most importantly, the Most High puts it on your heart. You know, that's what I realized. He puts it on your heart. So while the devil is sitting there trying to promote wickedness to us, it just ain't right. You know when you're doing wrong. It just don't feel right. You feel me? So, yeah. They can take their crap like. And the Most High calls it vain practice. Is like even cutting a tree out of from outside and setting a tree up in your living room. Like, they would say, well, what's wrong with that though? It's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb. And I never cared about it. I never gave a damn about it. I don't think I ever cared about that coming up in our household, in our house. I ain't never cared about no putting up no tree. Still don't. And them trees are catching on fire too. Every year, them people dying, man. Them houses are getting burned down in the middle of the night. And them devils are like, oh no, the lights just heated up too hot and the tree was too dry. Nah. That's not the case. I'm gonna email you after I'm done. All right, fam. Yeah, hit me up. I'm gonna check it and I'm gonna get back to you, man. Because I don't want to put your business all out on this thing right here, but I do want to talk to you though. So yeah, just hit me up, bro. Oh man. Anyway, what else we gonna read? Let's read Psalms chapter 40 right quick. I waited patiently for God to help me, and then he listened and he heard my cry. He lifted me out of the pit of despair, out of the bog and out of the mire. And he set my feet on hard, firm, solid ground in a solid pathway. And then he steadied me as I walked along. He set me straight ahead. Now, do you remember just being out there in the world? Yo, it comes with a feeling, because every now and then I get a flashback of the feeling how I used to feel back in the day. That was not living. It was not living. Remember back in the day, trying to meet the standards of the world, just trying to meet the standard of what you were groomed to be, like gangster. I remember that was me, my case, groomed to be gangster and just being it. We were just out there on the sidewalk, in the hood, on the steps, on the porch, down the street, in front of the laundromat, in front of the corner store. You know what I mean? That was just life, acting tough, music up loud, turn the car on, roll all the windows down, turn the music up, and just stand out there for hours, drinking, smoking. That was the day. That's how we did the day. And then later on that night, we'd be out there, man. We'd be still out there somewhere in front of somebody's house, still drinking. I remember trying to look cool. And this was not just one day in the life. It's just almost every day. You know? But he has given me a new song to sing of praises to our God. Now many will hear of the glorious things that he did for me and stand in awe before the Lord and put their trust in him too. Many blessings are given to those who trust the Lord and who have confidence, and have no confidence in those who are proud and who trust in idols. Yo, I remember I moved down south with not enough money, and the Most High made it work. Moved down here with not enough money, bro. But it worked. It still worked. O Lord, my God, and all praise to the Most High God of Israel. O Lord, my God, many and many a times have you done great miracles for us. We are ever in your thoughts. Who else can do such glorious things. No one else can be compared with you. There isn't time to tell of all of your wonderful deeds. It isn't sacrifices and offerings what you really want from your people. Burnt animals bring no special joy to your heart. Now, there was a witch talking trash on our God the other day, talking about um what you can't. She's like, you're not gonna tell me that sacrificing animals ain't evil. And then people are on there trying to communicate with this girl. I said, yo, don't waste your time with people like her. Don't waste your time with people like this. She's not really seeking answers. If I could right here in one paragraph just blow her out of the water what she thinks. But I'm not, man, those days are over with. Those days are over with. For years, that same girl told me that she's into witchcraft. Talking about, can I move down south with you? That's when everybody was scared about that COVID crap going on. Can I move down there with you, please? Can I move? And I was really considering it. Let some time go by, like the Most High said. Yeah, but I'm in the witchcraft, but that's natural for our people. I said, yeah, right. Yeah, right. And so I already knew. See, here we are, 2-3 years later. I already know that she's a self-proclaimed witch, while these people are on there trying to correct this girl's way of thinking. No, she's a self-proclaimed witch. Just back off. Burnt animals are no special joy to your heart. Is that door closed? Oh man. But you have accepted the offer of lifelong service. Then I said, hold on. Let me go back and read that, yo, because let me slow down a little bit. Burnt animals are no special joy in your heart, but you have accepted the offer of my lifelong service. Then I said, see, I have come just as all of the prophets foretold, and I delight to do your will. See, now that's another thing, bro, because this is David saying that I have come just as all of the prophets have said that I would come. This is David. A lot of people go back and look at the stuff that with the when the prophets talk about one who is to come, and they all attribute that to Jesus. I'm telling you, everybody says, see, look right there, bruh. People don't study, they don't read the scriptures. People don't understand. It was prophesied that David would come. And that the Christ would be from the lineage of David. That's after David. Listen. Then I said, I have come then I said, see, I have come just as all the prophets foretold that I would come. Now, do you remember when David said, Father, when the Most High told David, he said, I'm going to bless your lineage forever, and it will always be kingship. There will always be kings in forevermore in Israel, right? And David said, Father, who am I that you would do that for me? What is it about me? What is it? What's so special about me that you would do this for me? Remember that? He didn't know. He was really like, I'm just a regular man going through all these trials and tribulations on earth. I'm a sinner too. I'm even a sinner. Remember, he said, Father, forgive me because I have sinned. Remove your reproach from me. So he said that I'm the one who the prophets have foretold, and here I am, I have come, and I delight to do your will, my God, for your law is written upon my heart. Now, do you remember before we just now started this off, he was already living a life of wickedness, but then his life changed and he got brought into the truth. Okay, he was not perfect. I have told everyone the good news that you forgive men's sins. I have not been scared about telling these people, as you well know, O Lord. I have not kept this good news hidden away in my heart, but I have proclaimed your loving kindness and truth to all of the congregation. O Lord, don't hold back your tender mercies from me. My only hope is your love and faithfulness. Otherwise, I will perish, for problems far too big for me to solve are piled higher than my head. No, it's not a beautiful world. No, it isn't just peace and just glory. Even for this man right here who said that the messengers and prophets prophesied about him to come, he's still saying that there's still problems on earth. There's still problems that are too big for him to handle. Okay? And you got people running around here talking, calling themselves gods and goddesses and calling themselves divine empresses and bragging about the kind of things that they manifest. Cars and homes and jobs and crap. They are not humble. Do you hear this man, how humble he is, knowing who he is now? How humble he is, knowing that he needs God instead of sitting around calling himself God. You see this? Meanwhile, my sins are too many to count. They have caught up with me, and I am ashamed to even look up to you, Father. My heart quails within me. My heart trembles within me. Please, Lord, rescue me. Quick, come and help me. Confuse them. Confuse my enemies. Turn them around and send them back sprawling. All of those who are trying to destroy me. Disgrace these scoffers with their utter failure. But may the joy of the Lord be given to everyone who loves him and his salvation. May they constantly exclaim and explain how great God is. But no, these people are constantly explaining how good they are. See how beautiful they are, showing off their outfit, showing off their body type, their shape, the shape that they have, showing off their food, man, showing off the plate of food that they're about to eat, showing off what they're drinking, whether it's during the week or on a Saturday or Friday night. They're just showing you, look what I got, look what I got, look what I got, look at me, look at me, look at me. They want to be exalted high in these people's hearts and in the minds of the people. How many times do you think that these people try to get people to exalt the Most High up there? They really don't. I mean, unless they're bragging about something. God is good. And it'll be a picture of a car. God is good. It'll be a picture of I don't know, they graduated, they got their diploma, high school, or they got accepted somewhere, some university or something like that. God is good. God is good. Man, they're talking about the devil. That's the God of prosperity. Not once is David sitting here talking about how he prospered financially. Not even once. He's not talking about what he acquired tangible, what he got his hands on tangibly. He's not. I am poor and needy, he's sitting here and saying. He's saying that he's poor and needy, yet he just now said that he's the one that the prophets prophesied would come. And he's telling you that he's poor and needy. See? Yet the Lord is thinking about me right now. Oh my God, you are my helper. You are my savior. Come quickly and save me. Please do not delay. Man, listen, this should humble you. Reading these scriptures should really, really humble you. It should give you a type of feeling. It should make you feel some kind of way, you know? It should make you feel good that your God is the same God who David is serving and who served him. We got that same God. It's not a myth. It's not made up. He's more real than the made up gods. I mean, look at money. It ain't nothing but paper. And look how everybody's just parading around it and how everybody just loves it. They'll kill for it. There's people dying for it and killing for it, slaving for it. There's people just giving up their manhood and womanhood for it. And it's just paper. It's not even real. And look what all these people are doing for it. Now it's going from paper. It's already not real. Now it's turning digital. It's nothing but some energy on the screen. Energy. It's there's no nothing. It's just, you know what I'm saying? That's money. Money is about to turn into just some electronical crap. Your bank account says 0 or it says 1 billion. So it's not even real. But money gets so much recognition and so much love. But the Most High don't get none. It really doesn't even make any sense. Anyway, so David was real. Obviously, he was real. All right, and he had a lot of reverence for the Most High God. Let's go to 41. God blesses those who are kind to the poor, and he helps those out of their troubles. He protects them And man, I told you some girl just said that she's going to punish her son by making him feed the poor. She said, my son pissed me the F off, so I'm going to make him feed the poor. I guess that's supposed to be embarrassing. She's teaching him that that's embarrassing. These people are raising devils. That's why we need the Most High, man. These people are devils raising devils. This is a terrible place to be at, man. It really is. This world is a terrible place to be at. We all just need to just chill for a little bit and just chill and try to do a little bit more like loving, you know, be a little bit more genuine, because it's already terrible out here. We just need to just chill, just hit the brakes. While everybody else is flying a million miles an hour, we just need to slow down. Whoa, hold on. Whoa, hold on. And just look around. It's super duper terrible out here. It really is. The Most High protects them and he keeps them alive. He publicly honors them and he destroys the power of their enemies. He nurses them from their sickness and he soothes their pains and worries. O Lord, I prayed, be kind and heal me. I gotta tell y'all, man. I gotta tell y'all. I'm not gonna do it in this video, but I'll tell you a little bit. A lot. I tell you like this: compassion goes a long way with the Most High. You hear me? Since I stopped killing bugs and animals and eating meat and stuff like the Most High told me, listen, he told me, the Most High told me that when I sent a bug or a spider to bite you, he told me in a dream, he said, when I sent a spider to bite you, it bit you for a purpose. It's healing. It's healing. I know what I'm doing. He told me, he said, nothing just happens. He said, when a spider bites you, it has healing. It's going to boost your immune system. It's going to boost your, it's going to fight. It's fighting something. And he just told me to just have trust. And then you remember what happened. So 2 days later it happened. I'll just let y'all know just like that. The Most High knows exactly what he's doing. All you have to do is listen and be obedient. It goes a long way. You may not see the outcome. The Most High might tell you to do something, and you may see why 2 years later. It may even be 3 or 4 years later. You'll be like, that's why. The Most High says, listen. Just listen. All you got to do is heed him. O Lord, I prayed, be kind and heal me, for I have confessed my sin. Listen, trust me like this, if the spider bite, if I would have went running to the hospital or to the doctors, that would have been the wrong move. If I would have ran to Walmart trying to get some ointment or something to put on it, wrong move. I'm not saying that this is for everybody. So don't get it twisted. Don't try to say that I'm giving false medical. No, I'm not saying that this is for everybody. I'm telling you this happened to me, and I know what the Most High told me. Okay, this ain't for everybody. All right. Oh Lord, I prayed. See, there's a difference, because you have people who get bit by snakes and die, and then you have people who get bit by snakes and they go through a detox stage. They start throwing up and they get skinny, and then they make a stronger comeback. Completely like refurbished. You know what I'm saying? You have people who actually shoot the stuff on purpose. They actually extract the stuff on purpose for medical purposes. You know what I'm saying? And then you have some people who, if you put a little bit of that in them, they're dead and gone. It's just, there's different people in earth. I just put it to you like that. And if you want to be one of the ones who can sustain these kind of things, listen to the Most High. That's all I'll tell you. I'm trying not to get into it because I don't want to tell exactly what happened. I'll do it later. Oh Lord, I prayed, be kind and heal me, for I have confessed my sins. But my enemies say, may he soon die and be forgotten. They act so friendly when they come to visit me while I'm sick. But all the time they hate me and they're glad that I am lying there upon my bed in pain. I remember the spirit told me that your mom wants you dead. The spirit told me your mom wants you dead, bro. She hates you for the sake of the Most High. She hates you for the Most High's sake. That's why she hates you. And she really rather see you dead. And then they showed me. They took me to like a funeral, and they showed me They showed me my mom crying, and but they told me her heart was really happy, and they also told me that she was um stealing. It's hard to explain. Well, it's not, but I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. But it told me that they told me that she was stealing these people's energy. But they told me that the energy that the people were giving her wasn't even real anyway, because none of them cared. So they were. It was all just a faking. It was all just a energy harvesting. At the funeral, which is everybody was passing around energy. It was faking. It was passing around energy. And my mom was one of the biggest. She was taking all of it in. And then the scene switched, and they showed me her at the bar, and there was a container in front of her with a picture of me on there, and people were coming up putting $20 bills in like a pickle jar, and they were buying her drinks, giving her big hugs, and she was just and this was a perpetual thing. This happened every this type of energy harvesting would happen every my birthday, and it would happen on my death day. The day that I died, she would continue. This would go on every year. The day that I died and the day that I was born. So about twice a year, this would continually happen. They showed me that. But all of the time they hate me, and they're glad to see that I'm lying upon my bed, and all because of the Most High sake. They told me it had nothing to do with really me. It was because of me waking up, the truth dawning on me the way that it did. And when they leave, they laugh and they mock. They whisper together about what they will do when I am finally dead. It's fatal. Oh yeah, and that was back at the time when I had that dream. I didn't know about these scriptures. I didn't know about what I'm saying, reading right here. So it's not like I took this and tried to internalize it. No, I didn't know about this. It's fatal. Whatever it is, he's going to die from it, they say. He will never get out of that bed. Even my best friend turned against me, a man who I completely trusted. How often we ate together. How many of us can tell this story? How many of us can actually say this? How many of you know for a fact that you have brothers or sisters who don't really love you? It's just the thing to do, so they act like they do. But you know that deep down, they hate you. You know that when you show up, they're looking at your shoes. They're looking at your pants, your shirt, the way you got your hair. They're looking at your bracelet, your watch, your necklace. They're looking at your children, how they're dressed. They're looking at your car. How clean is it? How dirty is it? What kind of car is it? Is it dusty? Does the rims need cleaned? Is it polished? They're looking at you. If you're a female, they're looking at your nails. You got a pedicure. They're looking at your toes if you got your toes out. This is not family, man. You hear me? It's not family. I don't know what they are. They're just disgusting. They're not, they ain't nothing. They're wicked. And that's why the Most High say, let the dead bury the dead, man. Even my best friend turned against me, a man who I completely trusted. How often we ate together. Lord, don't you desert me, Father. Be gracious, Lord, and make me well again so that I can pay them back. So he's not saying here only talking about the Edomites and the terror that they have been to our people. He's talking about his own people too. He's talking about his own friends, his own family, And that's what we have to deal with as a people. That's another way how you know that we're the Hebrew Israelites. Because when you show up to the cookout, it's a competition type of thing. Even at the funeral, everybody's showing up dressed to impress. Now, what if somebody's not impressed? They're going to be talking about you like a dog. They're going to be taking pictures of you behind your back. You see what I'm saying? Look at this dude. No, he did not. No, he did not. They're already talking about you when they see you getting out the car. Even at a funeral. No, he did not show up looking like a damn checkerboard. Oh, man, I got aunts. You got family members just like I got family members. So you know what I'm talking about. No, he did not show up looking like a checkerboard. You know what I'm saying? That's how they are. That's how our people are, man. Man, I know you are pleased with me because you haven't let my enemies triumph over me. Man, you have preserved me because I was honest. You have admitted me forever in your presence. You have admitted me to be forever in your presence of the Most High while I'm still alive, not dead. Because of my what? My honesty. Bless the Lord, the God of Israel, who exists from everlasting ages past and on into everlasting eternity ahead. Amen and amen. He gives glory and praises and honor to the Most High for keeping him alive and keep protecting him from these enemies who are all around him. Not once did you hear him thank the Most High for money. You didn't hear him say thank you for money, Father. You didn't. He's talking about real life stuff. Okay? So there's another, this is not a white, listen, I don't need to tell you this, but I will. This is not a white dude. David was not a white dude. Okay? You know it. You know that he wasn't because of the spirit that he has is the same spirit that's in you. Okay? Because the trials and tribulations that he has are the same ones that you have. You know who this man is. He's your relative. He's like your brother, or your cousin, or your uncle. He's not a cracker. He's not a white dude. He's not some Jewish dude with little curly, with a curled up whisker, with a whisker looking mustache. He's not. He's not. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to keep it 100 with you. You know this just by reading your scriptures. It was made for you. It's for you. It's yours. You know who this is. You know who it is. When somebody has to go as far as to add illustrations of white folks in there, little white babies and white people. And then when you go and read the first book of Maccabees, it says that when we want to attempt to go read the law of Moses, the heathen added pictures and images of themselves in our books. So you want to know who the heathen is? You open up the Bible, you see who's in there. It looked just like the people who are claiming to be you over in Jerusalem right now. Right? All right. Oh, but that's hate speech. Anyway, y'all. So I'm about to get up out of here on that note. I do feel like reading another one, but because these things are just too good, man. They really are. All right, let's just read 43 and then we're going to bounce. 43. O God, defend me from the charges of these merciless and deceitful men. For you are God, my only place of refuge. Why have you tossed me aside like this? Why must I mourn at the oppression of my enemies? They would like for you to... All right, y'all. So, it's dying. My phone is dying even while on the charger. So, I'm just going to hurry up and just finish up what I was reading. Turn that off for me, please. And it's probably going to be the last time I go live on my phone. Peace, family. Osiris, peace. What's going on, family? Peace, fam. Tamika says, dang it. Yeah, my phone died on me. My phone just died on me. So, all right. This is Psalms chapter 43. O God, defend me from the charges of these merciless, deceitful men. For you are God, my only place of refuge. Why have you tossed me aside? Why must I mourn at the oppression of my enemies? Close the door, please. They want us to think that we ain't got no enemies. How we ain't got no enemies when we're being ruled by sodomites? How we ain't got no enemies when we're the only ones that's coming up missing with our organs, and then coming up found with our organs missing? How we don't got enemies when the leaders in our communities are a bunch of lying? They're taking advantage of us. I can't even believe that that the Most High's people are so foolish. How are we so ignorant? How do we just take bait the way that we do? Like, it's easier to fish one of us out than it is to go to get a fish out of the water. You be sitting there, and sometimes you'll go fishing for 5 hours and come back with an empty bin. They wasn't biting today. They just wasn't biting, right? But us, you know how easy it is to throw some bait out there and just get us? All you gotta do is put $1 on it. That's it. You want a woman? Go in the ghetto. Go in the hood. You would get a better looking woman than your wife if you got a couple dollars, if you're a white dude or Chinese, you know, just go in there with a couple dollars, or even look like you got money and call one of them over. You see these commercials, these gold digger YouTube videos. I mean, you see these women are supposed to be bad bees, bad women, whatever. They're pulling up in nice cars, and these women are just like, "I'm coming with you." It's for entertainment, but when I see it, it's sad. It's like, yo, how is this entertainment? How is this? What's so entertaining about this? This is sad, and it be our own people doing videos. It don't be like a white dude coming to the hood snagging one of us. It be our own people showing how easy it is to just snatch this woman off of the, or to be a woman in a car with her man, and he got like a Toyota, and since he got a Lamborghini, she's just getting out of the car and getting in with him. Yo, I'm telling you, our people are sad, bro. We are the easiest bait on earth. Like, we're the easiest bait. It's just sad where we're at. And got the nerve to be trying to kill something, kill somebody, punch somebody, step on a bug, kill a roach or a spider, kill it, kill it, kill it. It's crazy. Oh, send out your light and your truth. Let your light and your truth lead me. Let them lead me to your temple on your holy mountain, Zion. There I will go into the altar of God, my exceeding joy, and then I will praise him with my harp. O God, O my soul, why be so gloomy and discouraged? Trust in God. I shall again praise him for his wondrous help. Okay? He will make me smile again because he is my God. This is David saying that the Most High God of all gods, the God, the Creator, is his God. Everybody can't say that. When the Most High told you that he's a jealous God, he means that. When his reproach comes upon you, man, it's for real. That's the answer to my question I just now said. How could we be like that? How could we be so easily baited like that? Why are we just the bottom like that? Because we forsook our God. The Most High told you what's going to happen when you forsake him. Deuteronomy chapter 28. If you forsake my commandments, my law, statutes, and commandments, all of these curses shall befall you. And then boom, go read it. It tells you everything that's going to happen to you. And there it is. It's like unbelievable. Because when you read every last one of them, we are victims to every single last one of what the Most High promised. He told us this is what's going to happen to you. And do we keep the Most High's laws? No. These preachers are like, no, you don't have to keep the laws. No, the laws are done away with. How? How can the laws be done away with when you look at, why would you teach us that, you sick bastard? Why would you teach us that? Look at us. Now, you know damn well we need to keep these laws so we can come up out of this condition that we're in. Why would you be sitting there preaching to our people saying that we're good to go in these conditions? How? And you think that you're not going to pay? How could you even think that you're not going to pay while teaching that to our people? You know what I'm saying? Yo, if that don't kind of like piss you off, then I don't know what's wrong with you. That should really kind of make you mad. Like it. No, it should. Because what else is there to complain about? What else is there to complain about? We need to start bringing up the real complaints. For real. We need to start praying the real prayer and bringing up the real complaints. And let's talk about the real complaints. You know what I mean? For real. I want to get to the grassroots of it all. Yeah, Nicki Minaj is a problem. Yeah, rap is a problem. All that stuff is a problem. But let's get down to the nitty gritty, because when our people turn away from Nicki Minaj and rap and all of those things, who do they turn to? Some more liars. They turn to the church. They go to the pastor. They go to the very one that I'm sitting here complaining about. See, we can sit here and talk about this, that, and the third. But then as soon as our people think that they're doing right, they go straight to some more liars and get misled again. You know, and it's sad because a lot of our people are Christians, and a lot of the old heads, they believe in Jesus, man. You know, and that's, you know, And it's sad because a lot of our people are trying. Do I think that they would continue to try if they knew who the real God was? No, because Christianity doesn't really require any responsibility out of you other than bring some money. Show up looking good and bring some money. Period. You know what I mean? When they find the truth out, though, then it calls you to be responsible for your actions. It causes you to be responsible for your words. Um, it calls you to be responsible with your tithes, with your offerings. You know, who are you helping? Like, are you helping yourself and then saying that look what God did to me for me? That's what Christianity does. But when you leave that crap alone, that whole doctrine and ideology has to go out the window. You know what I mean? A lot of our people claim that they're seeking God, but I don't think that most of them, once they find God, I don't think they would do very, very well. I really don't think so. No, I know they wouldn't. They wouldn't because it causes you to respond. When you have somebody like Christ, he takes responsibility. You know, all I gotta do is keep bringing them up. Like, nah. When you become responsible, that's different. You gotta watch what you say. You even gotta watch what thoughts come into your mind, what you think about, the kind of things that you ponder. You know what I mean? You might see something that you used to look for on the internet. You might catch a glimpse of it and look completely away once you find the Most High God of Israel. The things that you would look for, once you see it now, you just look away. The Most High sees you. He sees you trying. He sees you trying. Okay? Because we're responsible for our actions. We're responsible for the thoughts that we entertain. You can't always help the thought that comes into your mind, but you can help yourself rather to banish it away, rebuke that crap, or you can entertain it. That's one's up to you. Satan comes through thoughts. He used to only come through like thoughts. How you think that when Christ showed up, when Christ was up on the mountain for 40 days, 40 nights, and Satan showed up trying to get him to jump off the mountain, throw yourself off of here. You really think that Satan was standing right here with him? No, it was in his mind. It was just a thought coming to his mind as his lower self, thinking that way. And then he rebuked it and said, sometimes you got to shake that off. That's Satan. But now Satan is getting stronger because these people have turned their bodies over. These people have turned their minds over to a reprobate mind, which that little thought that used to be just that little thought, Satan just showing up, they actually gave their whole brain over to that little thought. And now they completely think like that. You know what I'm saying? And they act out. They live that way. That little, I hope you know what I mean. They live that way. It's now they have no discernment. Now when they're getting lied to by the so-called government, they can't really discern. They're so lost in the sauce. I can tell you right now that Christians ran out and got the thing. Soon as the thing got presented, the Christians globally ran out and got it first. You see what I mean? Because they want to hold on to their so-called blessings. I can't keep the job that Jesus blessed me with without it. Well, you know, there's people dying from it, right? Yeah. People blood clotting up from it and dying. Yeah. But I'm blessed. I got faith. Faith in who? Anyway. So that was 40. Which one did we read? 43. And here's 44. Oh my God, we have heard of the glorious miracles that you did in the days long ago. Our forefathers had told us how you drove the heathen nations from the land and gave it all to us. Now, he said that our forefathers had told us these things. Why? Because their forefathers were writing stuff down. How much stuff do we write down? Look at the days that we're living in. Are we writing anything down? How many of us are really writing stuff down? What's really going on in these days? The propaganda, the schemes, the satanic agendas, the glorious works of the Most High, how the prophecies are coming true, how we're going to be living in a day when there's going to be many false prophets and messengers and stuff like that. Just people, witchcraft used to be a thing that was practiced on the low. And now people are out there per just telling you straight out, I'm a witch. I'm a witch. Yeah, I'm a witch. Yeah, I'm a high priestess. I'm a high priestess witch. You know, I'm a third degree this. I'm a god. We're living in them days. We're living in them days where you had to remember when you used to be in the closet, you used to be down low with your um sexual deviance. And now it's just out there, promoted. You could become a mayor living that kind of lifestyle. You'd be the first one to be picked to be a manager. See? That's the days that we're living in. How many people are writing down about it? When you look at Halloween, you should be astonished to look at the people, how they parade and come out on Halloween night. That shit is terrible. If I could go 50 feet underground on Halloween, I would. Or if I can go 50 feet above ground on a mountain or something like that, I would. Anything to get the hell away from these people. Christmas, Easter, all of it. Man, I would get the hell out of Dodge. Or if I had a temple that I built, I'd go in it on these days. You know, but how ironic that anything I try to build gets knocked down. Our forefathers have told us how you drove the heathen nations out of this land and you gave it all to us. And what did he do? He sent us, he drove us, right? He warned us like, yo, Jeremiah was like, listen, I'm telling y'all, the Most High is going to drive us out of Jerusalem if y'all don't get it together. And they were arguing with him, running their big mouths to him and making him feel very bad to even have to say anything to him. Like, God, why do you make me say stuff to these people? They don't listen. They laugh and they mock at me. You send me to say nothing good to them. Everything that you make, it's just, it's hard to, why do you, you know, this is true. Don't think that a lot of people say, oh, that's just made up stories. No, it's not. No, it's not just made up stories. Spreading Israel from one end of the country to no, he says, you spread the heathens out of the land and you gave it to us, spreading Israel from one end of the country to the other. That means that we was everywhere. We took it complete. We took that country completely over. We were so numerous. We were beginning to be that numerous in Egypt. You do know that, right? And since them stink bastards knew their history, they knew about our history. They said, you know, start killing them, y'all. Kill the boys and let the girls live. And you already know we don't want them to be too numerous and eventually overcome us. They knew their history. They did not conquer by their own strength and skill, but by our mighty power, and because you smiled upon them and you favored our people. You are my king and my God. Decreed your victories for your people, for it is only by your power and through your name that we tread down our enemies. Tread them down, our enemies. I don't want unification with a bunch of sodomites. We don't want we don't want to be unified with a bunch of devils, with a bunch of heathens. We don't want to be unified with a bunch of people, self-proclaimed gods and goddesses. We don't want to be unified with them. You hear me? We don't want to. And they are nothing but a parasite anyway. They are a fungus. And what does fungus do? Fungus tries to take over. You can right now, you can open up a business stealing from people. Literally, you can open up a legal business taking advantage of poor people, stealing, robbery. You can open up a religious church ordained by the synagogue of Satan, and they will help you to rob from the poor and needy in good hopes that they will overcome their struggles. You hear me? We don't want to unify with no damn devils. We want to unify with God, our God, because we've been separated from him for so long. That's the only one that we want to unify with. Okay? Because that's where our Savior is at. But they got us thinking that as long as we can unify ourselves with money, then everything will be okay. Hush up. You are my king, my God. Decree victories for your people. For it is only by your power and through your name that we will tread down our enemies. I do not trust my weapons. They could never save me. Only you can give us the victory over those who hate us. You know you hate us. when you're trying to teach our little daughters to be masculine and to be gay. You know you hate us when you're trying to use the Satan says that I cast my throne amongst the stars. Well, yeah, stars, satellite, all in your business, and also stars, entertainers and stuff like that. You got them dressing their sons up, and I don't believe that they're really like this, but they're dressing their sons up to come out and parade themselves like girls, and they're nothing but little boys, and stuff like that. Magic Johnson, he was the face of HIV. He made it a household name. Like, he made us aware of something that never would have even, it's not even real. HIV is not even real. He just, awareness. It's just awareness. They create awareness. You feel me? When you create awareness, you're introducing, you're opening up a window, you're opening doors, you're opening up doors. Oh, we're teaching children in school of the history of LGBT. No, you're not. You're opening up a door, and you're giving them a new option in a way of living life. That's all, because you're injecting them with gender bending chemicals that go inside of the body and disturb. It creates a disturbance. You see what I'm saying? And it'll have a little boy run around with high levels of estrogen. All you're doing is showing him what to do with the estrogen. Punk bastards. And then you inject the little girls with testosterone. And all you're doing is teaching them what to do with the testosterone, while so-called teaching them of the history of some nasty lifestyle. They think they slick. It pisses me off, because they really think they're slick. They think they smart, man. They think we're that dumb. Shame on you, stink ass devils. And you're going to pay. You're going to pay. My constant boast is God. I brag about God. I can never thank you enough. And yet, for a time, O Lord, you have tossed us aside in dishonor. You are angry with us, and you have not helped us in our battles. You have actually fought against us, and you defeated us before our enemies. Our enemies have invaded our land, and they pillaged the countryside. You have treated us like sheep in a slaughter pen, and you scattered us all over and among the nations. You sold us for a pittance, like nothing. You gave us away. You valued us like nothing at all. The neighboring nations laugh and they mock at us because of all of the evil that you have sent. You have made the word Jew a byword of contempt. Jew, black, Israelite. What we are, okay, is a byword of contempt and shame among the nations. And we are disliked by everybody. I am constantly despised, hated, mocked, taunted, and cursed by vengeful enemies, my vengeful enemies. And all of this has happened, Lord, despite our loyalty even to you. So even with us trying to do what's right, we are still mocked and cursed and hated. We have not even violated the covenant. Our hearts have not deserted you. We have not left your path by a single step. If we have, we could understand the punishment that you that you have bewildered, that you have put on us and sended us. And when you sent us into darkness and death, we would understand if we had completely just forsaken you. Our God, if we had turned away from worshiping our God and were worshiping idols, would God not know it? Yes, he knows the secrets of every heart, but that is not the case. For we are facing death threats constantly because of serving you. So, well, in this matter, and what he's talking about right here, he's giving you two perspectives. You see what I mean? You see what he's doing, because we know good and well that we have turned to idol gods and all of these things. We know good and well. So I can't speak for him at the time that he's talking of, but he knows good and well too, because he was talking about his own relatives, how they don't like him for trying to keep the truth and uphold the truth. So, but he's even being hated. But why is he even being hated? Why does he have enemies even in his own family? For keeping the law, statutes, commandments. For talking, simply talking about God, he has enemies around him. His own best friend turned on him. You know what I'm saying? We are afflicted and facing death threats constantly just because we serve you. You are like, we are like sheep just waiting to be slaughtered. I mean, think about it, yo. For real. Don't you feel that way? I mean, don't you feel like that it's only a matter of time until they come for you? I mean, I don't know about you, but think about it. What are they waiting for? They got the cops, they got the military, they got Homeland Security, they got all of these Masons. They have the whole entire synagogue of Satan. And then there's you. I mean, think about it. Don't you feel like what are they waiting for? Think about it. Think about it. We're like a sheep awaiting the slaughter. I mean, don't think about it. That's all. Just think about it. Wake up, Father. Arouse yourself. Don't sleep, O Lord. Are we cast off forever? Why do you look the other way? Why do you ignore our sorrows and our oppression? We lie face down in the dust. Rise up, O Lord. Come and help us. Save us by your constant love. You know we need it. You know we need it. You know we need it. And you know they're watching. I know I'm not just here inconspicuous. Like, I know that I'm not invisible. I know that I'm not just here, just walking around and they don't see me. They're not watching me. They give me all kind of hints. You know? I just wonder. I know that this is a more spiritual place than it appears. I'll tell you that, y'all. I'm going to do a whole video about it too. This place is more spiritual than it appears. Everything about this place that we're living in is spiritual. It's like in an arcade where you won't play the game unless you have tickets or tokens. A quarter won't work. Okay, you did earn the quarter. Okay, yes, it's money, but you have to take the quarter that you earned and cash it in for a token. That's like the world that we live in. I'm just telling you that right here, right now, okay? This is like it's a spiritual world. You get back what you put out. You're in, I don't know, man. It's just a dirty place too, man. It's dirty. It's dirty. It's negative. It's dirty. This is a dirty place. I'll tell you like that, man. This is a dirty place, man. Think about it. You know that it is. It's dirty. But they can't just do what they want to do when they want to do it. That's what I'm saying. The Most High said, pray without ceasing. Now, why would the Most High say to pray without ceasing? Why? Just why? Think about it. Why would he ever tell us to pray without stopping? He's saying constantly do it. Don't even stop. Continue praying. What would it do for you? It would clear demons out of your destiny. I repeat, if you pray without ceasing, it would clear demons out of the pathway of your destiny. You must know that. You have to know that in order to do it and wholeheartedly. Okay? I told you, this is not just a regular place. This is a very spiritual place that we're living in. You must know that. Their whole duty is to introduce you to wickedness and have you living in it. Have you inheriting demons and letting them in. That's why the child, when they go to school, before they even start, they say an oath. They make a pledge of allegiance every single day. And then once before we even start, they make the pledge. And then before, and then they go in, and then the demons come in, the lies come in and everything. They become what they, you see what I'm saying? They become one with the demons. It's just like marriage in this society, in this magical world that we live in. They want you to do it by their terms. The Most High told us how to go about marriage. He told us how to go about school and teaching the children. He said, teach the children of my law, statutes, commandments every day, even when you're walking down the street. Didn't he? He didn't tell you to send them to your goddamn enemies and make oaths, pacts, and treaties. He told you what to do and how to go about it. And you know he did. This is a magical world. You get back what you put in. You come on. It's a magical world. There's two ways. You can either go down there or you go down there. It's two ways. You see what I'm saying? It's just, it seems like Satan is so powerful. Listen, most of the world is taking the wrong route. So you're just surrounded. You're still here. You're still alive, and you still exist, and there's still hope for you. It just seems hopeless because all of the people around you are taking Satan's route instead of the Most High's route. Once you start to take the Most High's route, then the people who taking Satan's route and they don't see themselves leaving that route, now they become your enemies. They don't really like you. They talk trash about you. You know what I mean? It's not your family anymore. You know, your neighbor's not your neighbor. You know, the cops are not here to protect and serve you. They don't like you. They're actually stalking you, watching you. You know, that's because they all are taking the bait. They're all one big, this is Satan's big, you know, that one world order thing that we all heard of? Well, your mom is on it. Your mom's in that one world order with the cop, with the crooks, with the criminals, with Nicki Minaj and them. She's, you know, everybody's in that one world order. So you look funny. You're like a sore thumb. You stick out like a sore thumb. There's even demons that don't like you. The demons are coming for you. They don't like you. They spend a lot of time up around you, just waiting for you to sin real quick so they can get you. Satan wants everybody. And you know that he wants everybody because this is not the first time that Satan tried to take over. He's always trying to take over. Always. Satan is going to try to take over. It don't matter if it's one person, two people, or a billion. When it was just Adam and Eve, Satan tried to take over. You see what I'm saying? In a world where all of these people, Satan's trying to take over. The Tower of Babel, Satan trying to take over. He's always going to do it. And when it's you up around people who are taking the bait, they're not going to have issues with you. It's been that way. You hear David talking about even his own friend and relatives. What are you going to do? Are you going to fall by the wayside? Or are you going to stand strong? You know, that's the question. This is the question. You're on this journey. This is you. You was born into this. So what you going to do? Can't nobody live your life for you. Study the scriptures to show thyself approved. The Most High loves the ones who stand firm and stand strong, you know, and don't waver. Don't waver. Even at the sight, even at death, they don't waver. What happened with Eleazar? They said, Eleazar, eat this pork. He said, yeah, ain't no way. They tried to get him to eat pork and try to get him to eat foods that was sacrificed to their gods. It was a decree that went out to get all of the Hebrew Israelites to eat this meat, right? Eleazar said, no, I'll just die, man. I'll just take death. You keep hearing something over there? Me too. What is that? Eleazar said, no, I'll just take death, man. And he died. Oh, move the sink thing, please. He died an honorable man. These people would say that he died foolish. What? So you're giving me free pork to eat? Free bacon. You're giving it to me for free. Well, that's what they do. And right now, with this so-called food shortage that's going on, the churches are coming out. They don't even do it on Sunday. They do it on Saturday, on our Sabbath day. They showing up and giving out free big old cans of pork. These cats are having a field day because I say, all right, here. And then I give it to the cats. But now I know better because I found it in the scriptures to don't even bring the crap in your house. Don't even bring it in your house. So now I know better. I just hope that y'all are Just let the truth fill up. It comes with a feeling, you know, and I hope that you can feel it. And I hope that it's giving you courage because you're going to need it. We're all going to need it because it's not over yet. You know, the Most High give you courage to not really be afraid of these people. They took the bait, man. I feel bad for them. It's a whole world of people out there who's taking the bait as Satan. Could you imagine going down in history as one of the ones who took the bait as Satan? Ain't that crazy? Like, could you imagine, like, going down in history, like, you lived your life and died that way, and somebody who just took the bait as Satan, you never got it right. You just never corrected your wrongs. You literally just took the bait as Satan and died like that. Ain't that terrible? Think about it. Think about these people. It's terrible. It's terrible. At least you get the opportunity to not go down that route. At least you get the opportunity to live in truth and get it right, man, and correct it, you know, and to not sin and correct yourself from your sins in the way that you used to live. At least you have the opportunity. All praise and glory to the Most High for even giving you the opportunity, man. You can be going down the route of these people. Hell with these people, man. I mean, they chose what they you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm looking at every niche y'all bow. The Most High is sending out the word. Okay? And the truth has more substance than the lie. It sticks. See the lie, they keep flipping it and turning it. They come out with the new revised copy. Then they come out with now the new Bibles have the word Christianity in it. It never had it in there. And that was one of our biggest arguments. We say, find Christianity in the Bible, and I give you $1,000 right now, and you couldn't find it. But now with these new Bibles, these new revised copies, they got Christianity on there, all kind of stuff that ain't never been in there. They're sitting there, they're just changing it as we go, you know? That's what they have to do. They have to keep, the lie has to keep getting changed. Why? Because the people we keep learning more truth. Because the truth that shall set you free. So the more, bro, that's why the world looks so goddamn ridiculous now. It's just openly just wicked. They were doing a good job like a little while ago, like keeping it kind of hush. You know what I mean? Now it's just openly wicked. They have to. That's them getting caught in their own traps and snares. Now it's like, I'm telling you, it's going to get to the point where you can't even say that TD Jakes ain't wicked. You can't sit here and look at Creflo Dollar and say that he ain't wicked. You can't say that they're not taking advantage of the people. You can't say that Omar Johnson was wrong trying to get $5,000 out of some poor people to build one school. We were so stupid, people were donating to him. How many people can go to your one school, sir? What the hell? You can go on the internet for free, sir, because that's how we know you're dumbass in the first place. You were on the internet, on YouTube, for absolutely free, reaching millions. For free, reaching millions. How many people are going to come to your one school, sir? Can millions show up to your one school? No. We don't need your dumbass school. What the hell? You feel me? They're playing us, and I'm telling you, the truth shall set you free. You're going to know for a fact that these people are liars and they're agents. And they're going to pay. They're going to pay. You know? So, the mighty God of Israel has summoned all of mankind from the east to the west. This is Psalms 50. Okay? The Most High's glory and light shines from the beautiful temple of Mount Zion. He comes with noise of thunder. Do you remember when when Moses was standing before our people and the Most High and the people were trembling because all of the thunder and lightning? Remember that? When you read about that in what, Numbers, if I'm not mistaken? Do you remember in Ezra, when it's first Ezra, when the Most High was mad with our people, and it was thunder and lightning. It was a very stormy day. And our people got gathered at the temple, and they said, yo, the Most High's reproaches on us because we are intermarrying and breaking the laws. Right? So the Most High speaks through thunder and lightning, and these Masons know that. That's why they be about to have heart attacks. When that they won't tell you this. They won't tell you this, but I know that when that lightning, when it crashes and it claps real loud like that, man, them Masons be ready to poop their pants, bro. The wicked ones, they be ready to poop their pants. Because they know darn well that that's the voice of the Most High, and he ain't happy. The Most High's glory and light shines through the beautiful temple on Mount Zion. He comes with noise and thunder, surrounded by devastating fire. A great storm rages around him. He has come to judge his people. Now, on the day when this starts to happen, fire, raging, thunder and lightning, they're going to say it's the devil, and they're going to be praying to God to stop the devil. You hear me? When the Most High comes to judge his people, and the Most High comes on that great and terrible day, he says that he's going to be casting fire down on the wicked and burning them like ashes beneath the feet of the righteous. People are going to be praying to God to come and stop the acts of the devil. That's because they're ignorant. They're ignorant. They're going to say, this is the devil. Oh, God, stop, you know? Because they think that God, if he comes, he's going to be giving everybody hugs and kisses and lollipops. You know? Why? Why would he do that to a bunch of sodomites, to a bunch of molesters? The earth has become a den of thieves. Why would he be coming, hugging and kissing people? Why? People are taking advantage of the poor, riding around here they got Benzes, all these vehicles and these big old homes, and it's just one family living in there, and they ride past homeless people every single day. These people got bank. The average white person, bro, has over $100,000 in a bank account. The average white person. I'm talking about your average Joe Schmo, your average Jane. She's worth what? Come on, 100,000 easy. You think they're giving that away? You think they're giving it up? No, but we donate to charities, sir. Man, give me a break. The charity is ran by a Mason, just like your grandpa. Shut up. But they have to set up stuff like that to take away the guilt complex. They don't really want to give away anyway, so they give to their brother, the one who opens the charity. Gather together, and that's how they sleep at night. It literally helps them to sleep. Literally helps them to sleep. They steal from us. Alms, we pay alms. Naturally, we pay alms. They give to charities. Anyway, gather together. If you haven't gave alms in a long time, if you never did it, please do it. Somebody needs it. Somebody needs the help. If you look in my comment section on my videos, you can see a lot of people who's struggling. If you have it to help somebody, all you gotta do is look in the comment section. You'll see somebody who needs some help. I be giving, but I don't have much to give, But I do notice that every time I give, the Most High gives back in return. I give to somebody gives to me. I notice it continue happening. A girl just gave me $100 like 3 weeks ago. I didn't even ask for it. She's here, brother. I want to give you this. I just want to give you this. And I just gave a dude $20. I had to check to see if I had it to give. But anyway, man, that's just how it goes, yo. Gather together my own people who by their sacrifice upon my altar have promised to obey me. God will judge them with complete fairness, for all heaven declares that he is just. He's just. That means justice. He's fair. O my people, listen, for I am your God. Listen, hear my charges against you. I have no complaint about the sacrifices that you bring to my altar, for you bring them regularly, but it isn't the sacrificial bullocks and goats that I really want from you. Now, here we are again talking about the sacrifice of the animals. It's not, though, I don't have a complaint about it, but that is not what I really want from you. For all of you can sacrifice all the animals in the world to the Most High and still be wicked. You know what I'm saying? You can sacrifice all the animals that you want and still have a wicked heart. You can still be looking at that man's wife. You know what I'm saying? I want you to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And nowhere in the law, statutes, commandments do I tell you that I want you to sacrifice these. You know what I mean? But Moses did come with a way to do it. If this is what you're going to do, here's the right way of doing it. You feel me? For all of the animals of the field and forest, they're mine. They're all mine. So you killing one, he says, and offering it to me, that's what you want to do. You know, I'll accept it. But their animals are already mine. The cattle on 1,000 hills are mine, and all of the birds upon the mountains. If I was hungry, I would not mention it to you, for all of the world is mine, and everything in it. No, I don't need your sacrifices of flesh and blood, but what I want from you is your true thanks. I want your promises to be fulfilled. What promises did we make to the Most High? The Most High made a covenant with our people through our ancestors. Okay? And we promised to keep the law, statutes, and commandments forever in our generations. And the Most High said that if you do this, good, because it will go well with you and your generations forever. But if you don't do this, then my reproach will come on you, and you will be a cursed people wherever you go on the earth. Right? I want you to trust me in your times of trouble, not money, not the white boy. Okay? I want you to trust me in your times of trouble so that I can rescue you and you can give me the glory of doing it. Okay? That's what he said. But the devil is showing up, acting like he's helping you, and then you're giving him the glory so much that he can even make an image of God who looks exactly like himself. You don't really even have a problem with it. You give this man so much praises and glory. He's really your enemy deceiving you. But let me stop, because here he is with the hate speech again. Man, miss me with that BS. I don't give a damn if your image of God look like a black man. I still tell you to burn that shit in the trash. It's not right. Okay? Right is right and wrong is wrong. I want you to give me your true thanks. That's it. I want your promises fulfilled. I want you. What is the promises? We made an oath. The Most High said you made a promise to me on oath that you will keep the law, statutes, and commandments. How do you let some devil come and tell you that the laws are done away with? Makes no sense. I want you to trust in me in your times of trouble so that I can rescue you and you can give me glory. Meaning that even if you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, that does not mean that you're not going to have times of trouble. That don't mean that everything's just going to be perfect. Nah, because I'm going to test you. The Most High tests his most obedient servants. You don't believe me? Go read the story of Job. Go read it. The Most High, Job was his most obedient servant, but life was not perfect for him, was it? The Most High tested him. Okay? But the Most High God says to evil men, recite my laws no longer and stop claiming my promises, for you have refused my discipline. What is this? What do you mean discipline? Discipline. I'm going to chastise you. Discipline. I want to put you through some tough times to make you stronger. You know, you want a weak son? Let him go. Do it for him once. Every time that it's time for him to do something, you do it. Every time that just you do it. You know what I mean? Then you have a weak son, an undisciplined son. You see what I'm saying? You have refused my discipline regarding my laws. You see a thief and you help him, and then you spend your time with evil and immoral men. You see a thief and you help him, and then you spend time with evil, immoral men. People probably don't know what this is really trying to say. This goes deep. This really goes very deep. You see a thief and you help him. That don't mean that it has to be somebody pickpocketing somebody and then you go and help them steal out of the person's pocket. The pickpocketing has gotten really deceptive. It is pickpocketing, but we don't see it that way because the dynamics of pickpocketing has changed. They got real crafty with it. You feel me? These are the people who already don't got no money, trying to make money. Then you got people, I want to start my business. I want to start off a business, helping people get loans and this and that. Wait a minute. Before you started your business helping people, you didn't have no Porsche. You didn't have no Porsche. So how the hell did you start a business helping people and now you are living better than the people, way better than the people who you came to help? How did that happen just so magically? Deception, taking advantage of the poor and needy under the guise of good and doing a favor. The people who actually are in the position to help gave this man right here a loan to open up his business, taking help, appearing to help the people, but really taking advantage and helping himself and helping the government. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's really terrible. But then these people go down in history as the helpers. They get promoted all over the newspaper and over the TV as the ones who are coming to help the less fortunate. You want a loan? Come get one. You see what I'm saying? And these people are blessed in their family. In the eyes of the world, they are blessed and they give nothing but blessings. Yeah, they hand out the most turkeys on Thanksgiving. Anyway, you know what I know you know what I mean. You curse and you lie and vile language streams from your mouths. We don't see that language as vile. We see that as good language because we have been trained, programmed that way, like computers. You slander your own brother. I remained silent and you thought that I did not care. Now, I'm not saying this kind of stuff happens inadvertently. And listen, that's not the word I want to use. But it does. But this kind of stuff happens. What's the word that I want to use? It happens straight out, and it happens like in our homes. Your brother will straight out curse you. Your brother will straight out use vile language to you. You see what I'm saying? But then there's a whole nother world that we are a part of where they do it and they underhandedly. You see what I mean? Like they act like they're greeting you, but it's tricky language. Like they use legalese. There's many different languages under the guise of one. Give him some water, somebody. Okay? It's many different languages under the guise of one. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay? All right? Somebody will be greeting you while really cursing you. Somebody will say, God bless you, while really cursing you. Okay? It's a lot going on out here. I remained silent and you thought that I didn't care. But now your time of punishment has come. And I list all of the above charges against you. This is the last chance for all of you who have forgotten God before I tear you apart and no one can help you then. I repeat, this is your last chance for all of you who have forgotten God. God the Creator. God the Creator. All of you, people are like, wait, who has forgotten God? Everybody praises Jesus. The whole world praises Jesus Christ. What do you mean? Man, listen. And they all forgot God. The God that Jesus himself prayed to. What's wrong with you? He prays to God, but you pray to him? Are you retarded? Jesus prays to God. While Jesus was on the cross, he said, Father, why have you forsaken me? Then that means that who is Jesus' savior? He prayed out to his savior, God, and said, why have you forsaken me? How the hell are you going to turn around and pray to him while he's praying to God? Makes no sense. All of you who have forgotten God, this is your last chance before I tear you apart and no one can help you then. But true praise, and I'm telling you, while you're still alive, you still have a chance. But once you die, that's it for you. This is your last chance. But true praise is a worthy sacrifice. True praise is a worthy enough sacrifice, meaning that I know I don't need your 10% of your paycheck. Nope. The churches ain't nothing but a den of thieves now. That's but Most High's word. The churches and the synagogues have become a den of thieves. You don't really know who to trust. We don't know who to trust. We don't know who to trust. A head turban and a long name just don't cut it no more. Because these people have, you know what I mean? They took our trust and they robbed us with it. True praise is a worthy enough sacrifice. This really does honor me, the Most High says. Those who walk my paths will receive salvation from me, the Lord. That's the Creator. Okay? Let me repeat that last part one more time. Those who walk my paths will receive salvation from the Lord. All right? I'm about to end it, y'all. I'm real hot. Let me see. We always to be in league with the other nations. Or we always aim to be in league with the other nations. Yeah, you're right. Yep, you're right, man. And it always turns out to be sad, doesn't it? It always turns out because the black woman wants to be America's next top model. And they got her on there wearing some boy shorts with her butt hanging out. It's just, you're right, man. We always end up, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You're right. And it's embarrassing. It always turns out to be embarrassing. It's terrible. Look at the top preacher of the world. It's a black dude named T.D. Jakes. He's fat. He weighs like 500 pounds. What? What is that? What is that? When you looked at Moses, it's just an inversion. It's always an inversion. Moses was 120 years old. It said that he died and he still had his youth. He was still vigor and he still had his youth. Okay? You know he's up and down that mountain. 120 years old, up and down the mountain. Living in the wilderness. Anyway, T.D. Jakes is a big, fat, 500-pound. How many of our messengers look like that? How many of our priests and prophets and how many of them look like that? None of them. None of them look like that. None of them. It's just an inverted world. So if he's big and fat, then you already know that our messengers were slim and they were lean. It's embarrassing. Even the English language, there are spells being casted upon us. Exactly. Even when you try to bless somebody, you're actually cursing them. Yep. The English language, like I say. The tribe of Levi, that's the priesthood of the Most High's chosen people. You mix the word Levi around and you get evil. Now, who do you think did that? Anyway, peace, y'all. I appreciate you for coming through. Everybody hit the like button. I appreciate you. Stay prayed up in the Most High. Make sure you give him honor. He's listening. He's here. The Most High is here, and he's listening. And karma is biting back quick. And they told me exactly why. And I already told you, karma is biting back quick. Okay? So you just want to be righteous. You want to do the right thing. You want to live the right way. Give praises and honor to the Most High. Burn frankincense to him. Go out and get yourself some incense. A lot of them. They only cost like $1 for a pack of 10. Go out and spend like $20 on them, knowing that you're going to burn one to the Most High every single day. Okay? Do that. Go out and get yourself some candles. They got $1 candles. They got $2, $5 candles. Go get some candles knowing that you're going to burn these incense to the Most High, your God. Do it. Okay? Get down on your hands and knees and face the east and pray, bow to the Most High every single day. Just do it. You're not too busy to do it. When you die, if you die not doing these types of things, you're just going to wish that you spent every single day, every second of your time glorying. This is what I know. You're going to wish that you're going to know that you're going to feel like I wasted time. You're going to feel like I wasted mad time. You're going to wish that you spent your every moment, your waking moment, giving honor and glory to the Most High. And then the Most High is going to say, didn't I tell you to pray without ceasing? Did you even attempt to do that? Nope. Did you even attempt to pray without ceasing? Nope. See? You didn't even attempt to do it. But you seen, despite what these devils are saying, you seen the condition of your people. Despite the narrative that these devils are putting out there, that we're all equal and all that crap, whatever bull crap, you for yourself know the pain of your people. You felt it, and you know it. You seen the condition of your own family, and you still didn't pray without ceasing. See what I'm saying? He's going to say these things to you. And yes, he is forgiving. But are you even worthy of that? Do you offer him offerings, incense, little things like this? These are little things. Do you do it? But you make sure your car stays gassed up. You make sure you spend a good 50 on the car filling up the tank. You spend a good 20 on the tank so you can get from point A to point B, because you need these things, right? Because you need to go to the store, right? You need to go shopping and get some more clothes, right? You just need this car. Spend a couple $dollars on some incense, man. It costs $1 for a pack. So I'm just saying, they got some expensive candles out there. It's like $20 for one of them Yankee joints. $10. But is that really a lot of money? $9.99 for a candle that's a lot. But is it really a lot for what you're going to use it for? It's cheap. It's cheap. Go out and get yourself 2 or 3 of those and use them to burn fragrance to the Most High. That's all I'm saying, time. All right? I'm out, y'all. Peace. Have a good day, all right?